Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I feel like so many people have been waiting for this. Probably not so many people, but I got a lot of my friends that told me that they really enjoyed the last video I did. That was the story from Reddit, and it was called "My Wife Did Something Really Weird or Strange Something Last Night." I read part 1 and part 2 in part 1 of the video, so this is part 2, and I'll be reading part 3 of the story. I know that's probably confusing, but don't worry. All I'm saying is that this is the last part of the story, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy this and get spooky, get spooked or get scared, and let me know if you guys want me to do more videos like this. I already know some of you do, but yeah, just let me know and let's just get into it. My wife did something really weird last night, part 3. This is an update on the weird things that my wife and I had done over the last few nights. You can find the first part here and the second part here, and then he linked the first and second that I read to you guys. It's been 2 nights since the last update. I had told my wife about having seen her in the living room, and she had told me that she had seen me in the bedroom. In both instances, it was definitely not us. We had agreed to sleep in the same bed and to lock the front door. The first night, neither of us got much sleep. She was absolutely terrified, and I had been totally wrong about the effect that would have on her bladder. She had to get up to use the bathroom just as much, if not more, than normal. Being scared, she required that I get up and escort her to the bathroom and back. It was a mild annoyance, but I got where she was coming from, and I was happy to oblige. While standing outside the bathroom door during one of these late night trips, I saw the front door knob start to turn. I had a little mini heart attack as I watched it slowly rotate, and I breathed the silent sigh of relief when it clicked against the locking mechanism. Then it did it again, and again, a little harder. Summoning all of the courage that I, a full-grown man behind a locked door with another adult nearby, can muster, I walked up to the door and looked through the peephole. That was stupid. It was nighttime. I couldn't see anything. As I slowly reached towards the switch to the outside lights, I heard the toilet flush from the nearby bathroom, followed by a rustling and a blur of movement outside. I returned to my post outside of the bathroom door, waited while my wife took forever to wash her hands, and then went back to bed. She didn't need to know what had just happened. She was already scared enough. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I just waited and listened. I heard the doorknob jiggle one more time that night. I saw people-sized shadows move past the blinds. I could just barely hear the back door being jiggled. Finally, I heard a loud clang, a bang, and a strange, long, wheezing, frustrated moan. I had never heard anything like it. You ever get mad while trying to fix something, so you throw your tool and shout, "Ah"? No. It was like that, but the sound was made while inhaling air rather than exhaling it. The sound woke up my wife, who freaked out, and neither of us returned to sleep. Nothing else happened that night. In the morning, secure in the safety of the sunlight and the hunting rifle in my hands, I took a walk around the outside of the home. The doorknob on the back door had been completely broken. The knob and some bent inside parts were on the ground. It had been turned until it broke. The door was still locked. I had to jimmy a screwdriver into the locking mechanism to get it open. The bird feeders had also been knocked over. Nothing else was out of sorts. I thought it over all morning and afternoon, but I finally decided to tell my wife what had happened last night and about the back door. She had spent most of the day pacing around worried, and I was really unsure as to whether I should worry her more. As I suspected, that new information sent her over the edge. She wasted no time in grabbing a plastic shopping bag of clothes and heading out the door. She was going to go to her mother's house about an hour away to spend the night. I would have gone with her, maybe I should have gone with her, but I had a different plan. I was going to confront whatever it was that had been visiting us, and if it was aggressive or not a person, I'd put it down. I secretly hoped that it was friendly. After all, it had never attacked either of us, despite having the opportunity. At the same time, the back door told a different story, and I also secretly hoped to become famous by killing some mythical beast. About 20 minutes after my wife left, the sun had gone down. I sat by an open window that overlooked the locked front door and waited. I left the outside lights on. Around midnight, I got a text message from my wife's mother. She wanted to know if everything was okay, as my wife hadn't shown up yet, despite calling to tell her that she was on her way. I didn't know what to do. I replied that I would check and then turned off my phone. I'll deal with that in a bit. I could see my wife walking up the driveway. She walked up to the front door and tried to turn the handle. It was still locked. She looked like a kid who couldn't figure out why an unplugged TV wasn't turning on when the button was pressed. She tried to turn the handle again. I had her in my open sights, but I was having second thoughts on shooting. It wasn't like you might see on TV, where the hero hesitates because the thing looks just like a loved one, and he has trouble pulling the trigger. Maybe I'm heartless, but I was mostly worried about myself. This thing looks just like my wife. What if I shoot it and it stays that way? No cop is going to believe that this wasn't a simple case of a husband killing his wife. Heck, she had packed a bag and left to go to her mom's, which definitely sounds like the result of a fight. "Hey," I shouted down in my most assertive voice. My wife froze for a few seconds and then slowly looked up at me. "Explain yourself. Is everything okay, sweetie?" She replied like she was trying to talk to me in my own voice. It was a mediocre impression of my voice, and each word was said flatly as she inhaled. Without breaking eye contact, she reached over and tried to open the door again. "Are you okay?" "What are you?" I shouted back. "What are you?" she said. Was she just repeating me? No, that wasn't me. She wasn't using my voice anymore. That was my wife's voice. "Get away from me." Her eyes never looked away from mine. She was turning the handle harder and harder. "Stay back, stop." The door handle cracked and the door started to open. I shot her. I shot it. I don't know what I shot, but it wasn't her. It looks like her. I ran outside. The body feels like her. It doesn't smell like her. It smells like copper and meat. I called my wife. She didn't answer. I called 911. I just told them to send the police. I didn't tell them why. I don't know what I'll say when they show up. I've got at least 20 minutes to think. If I tell them the truth, they won't believe me. They'll think I killed my wife. Would an autopsy show something else? That's a long shot. If I tell them she was trying to break in to hurt me, I've got the broken door handles to back me up, but they probably still won't believe me. I don't know. I've got time to think. Okay, so I was looking to see if there was like another link that had a part 4, but there's not, and that's just like the end of it. So I don't, like I said in the first video, I'm not sure if that specific story is real or fake. I've heard of things like, I don't know, I've seen it in like Supernatural where it's like a monster or creature that like can take form of somebody and look like them. I don't know if that's like what the story was trying to like do. I'm assuming it's not real. I've never heard of like a case like that or anything like that happening, but honestly I don't question anything. But yeah, it was really creepy and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to do more story or videos like this where I just like read creepy stories, or if you want to hear some of my like weird creepy things that have happened to me. They're not very interesting, but there's some weird things that some people may find to be interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on the click the little bell so you'll get notified whenever I upload. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.